This is Temple. When she was young, she was considered weird and teased and bullied in high school by people who do not understand or accept autism. She was also diagnosed of brain damage. For the next few minutes, I will explain the movie Temple Grandin, an adventure movie based on true life story. So sit back, relax and enjoy. The movie begins with Temple Grandin in a surprisingly spacious yet confined room, confidently proclaiming her unique thinking process, which revolves around connected pictures. In 1966, Temple arrives in Arizona, greeted eagerly by her aunt. Unfazed by the intense heat, Temple questions the livability of the place. During their journey home, they pass a cow farm, sparking Temple's surprise and immediate interest. To her delight, their destination turns out to be a farm, and as Temple explores, her fascination with the surroundings deepens. Joining her aunt, Uncle Mike, and Billy, she humorously mistakes Billy for a cowboy. In her room, Temple effortlessly visualizes every detail. At dinner, she mentally captures the aquarium's contents while expressing her reservations about college. Later, she astutely differentiates between dessert and teaspoons while assisting with dishes. Avoiding her aunt's hugs, she heads to bed, attentively studying the event. The next day, Temple's aunt calls her mom, describing a dress she found in the waste bin near Temple's room and expressing tension about Mike mentioning college. After the phone call, while feeding hay to the horses, and inquires about Temple's potential college major, to which Temple expresses an interest in science or psychology. Temple then shares her knowledge of horses with her aunt, who eagerly learns from her. Observing Billy and Mike calming a cow, Temple gains valuable insights into animal behavior. In the barn, Billy advises Temple to stand still, assuring her safety among the cows. Temple actively involves her aunt in her studies, revealing her reluctance to attend college due to a lack of understanding people. While playing with the cows, a maid accidentally knocks off Temple's room sign, leading Temple to cry and seek solace in a squeeze machine in the barn, with her aunt reluctantly but supportively participating. When Temple's mom arrives, she notices the modifications to the gate and the squeeze machine, which Anne describes as calming, though her mom appears uncertain. Temple, not excited to see her mother, expresses a desire to stay with her uncle instead. Reluctantly agreeing to attend college, Temple accompanies her mother to Franklin Pierce College. As she walks through the dormitory halls, her lack of enthusiasm is palpable. Upon reaching her room, she discovers she has no roommate, triggering panic and a strong desire to return home. Left alone by her mother, memories resurface of a childhood visit to the doctor. At age 4, Temple exhibited autistic traits, unable to communicate and fixated on objects. The doctor suggested an institution, predicting Temple might never speak, possibly due to a lack of bonding. As her mother recollects, Temple, now in college, displays a unique way of learning. She visualizes and connects pictures. During lectures, Temple surprises her tutor by reciting material without reading, relying on her vivid mental images. However, lunchtime becomes overwhelming, leading to a panic attack and a hasty exit from the dining hall. Back in her dorm, she crafts a makeshift squeeze machine from the farm to soothe herself. Caught in it when her roommate enters, Temple explains its purpose, prompting her roommate to flee in fear. The incident lands Temple in the counselor's office, where a bewildered counselor inquires if the squeeze machine makes her feel like a cow. Temple clarifies it brings her comfort but is misunderstood when asked about self-touching. The counselor misinterprets her literal response, leading to the removal and disposal of her precious squeeze machine. One night, Temple ventures out to retrieve her gadget, narrowly avoiding detection by a security guard who unwittingly destroys her machine. During spring break, Temple seeks refuge at her uncle and aunt's house, where she constructs another device, and contacts Temple's mom, detailing her daughter's machine-building endeavors and the ultimatum to return to school with it. While her mother is hesitant, her aunt encourages the experiment. Returning to school, her aunt negotiates with authorities to permit the device in Temple's room, emphasizing its non-sexual, calming purpose. Temple decides to test its effectiveness on fellow students, receiving positive feedback. Amid her experiments, she receives disappointing exam results, leading to a panic. Trying to reach Dr. Carla for support, she reflects on her first day in high school, where her mother candidly discloses her challenges: expulsion, fast speech, panic attacks, and stress-relieving spinning. Initially met with mockery, Temple contemplates leaving but is persuaded to stay by a compassionate teacher. In the barn, she encounters a troubled horse, but her attempt to comfort it leads to punishment and a 2-week riding ban. Distraught, she discovers the horse dead later. A teacher recognizes Temple's exceptional memory and introduces her unique way of thinking in pictures to skeptical colleagues. Unfazed by their initial disbelief, he adapts his teaching to cater to Temple's visual learning style, laying the groundwork for a journey of understanding and acceptance. Temple's journey takes a positive turn as she impressively convinces teachers of her unique thinking in pictures. Excelling in science, her teacher acknowledges her special mind, recognizing her distinctive perspective. In a pivotal moment, she presents the successful results of her experiment to her lecturer, gaining approval to keep her calming machine. Welcoming a new roommate, Alice, who is blind, Temple finds a supportive companion who embraces her machine. The two build a strong bond, with Temple even allowing Alice to hold her. Discovering Alice's ability to recognize people through their voices, Temple shares her own visual approach, deepening their connection. Fast forward to 1970. Temple delivers a graduation speech expressing gratitude for her machine, revealing she didn't speak until age 4, underscoring her journey of overcoming communication challenges and finding her voice. In a crowd taking pictures, Temple's attention is drawn to a ladder marked "Keep Out." Curiosity compels her to climb, discovering a door she believes leads to another world. Transporting to a farm in Arizona, she immerses herself in working with cows, envisioning a future in animal husbandry. Observing the peculiar behavior of the female cattle, she questions the owner, learning their unique vocalizations. Witnessing a near drowning, she becomes uneasy with the treatment of the animals destined for meat production. Studying each cow individually, Temple decides to return to school with a mission to research and pursue a master's degree in understanding these creatures. Despite initial rejection, she perseveres, convincing her professor to support her unconventional idea, setting the stage for Temple's determined exploration into the world of cattle and her relentless pursuit of academic validation. Embarking on her research, Temple faces gender barriers but ingeniously transforms her appearance to gain access to the cattle yard. Despite disapproval from Mr. Martin, she persists in her studies. Coping with her difficulty eating solids, she leans on a diet of jelly and yogurt. Rejecting romance movies, she immerses herself in animal documentaries. Undeterred by disapproval, she diligently studies cows daily. A disturbing incident occurs when cow remains are dumped on her windshield, triggering panic. Yet solace is found in her trusty calming machine. During her research, she encounters a man who supports her cause, signing her project as he questions Martin's writing abilities. Following his advice, she attends rodeos and cattle fights, seizing an opportunity with a pressman who provides his card. Returning to her university in 1975, she presents the signed papers to her course coordinator. The scene shifts to Bronxville in 1975, where Temple celebrates Christmas with her mother and introduces Scott to her projects, though his interest appears lukewarm. The narrative captures Temple's resilience and determination amid challenges, setting the stage for her unique journey and endeavors in the world of cattle research. In her room, overwhelmed and in need of her squeeze machine for comfort, Temple's mother advises her to focus on people's eyes rather than their words to ease her anxiety. Returning to Arizona for her project, she faces rejection at the farm entrance. Undeterred, she secures a press pass, transforms her appearance, and joyfully enters the farm, proudly displaying her credentials. Continuing her livestock handling project, she catches the attention of John Wayne, who hires her as a cattle rearer. Adapting to this unfamiliar role, she observes the cattle and envisions a device to aid them. Seeking help, she encounters delays and decides to construct it herself. Demonstrating the device to workers in the press, she unveils a mechanism that facilitates cows walking on water. Despite the initial success, a somber twist occurs as she discovers dead cows near her invention the next day, introducing a challenging turn in Temple's ongoing quest to improve livestock handling. Examining her device, Temple discovers someone replaced its floor with steel, causing panic as cows aren't meant to walk on steel, and the cowboys tampered with her invention. Frustrated, she vents to Dr. Cawlock, her science teacher, about the cowboys' recklessness and the loss of 3 cows in 5 minutes. The following day, she attempts to tour an abattoir but is escorted out. On her way home, she learns her favorite food store is closing. The news of Dr. Cawlock's passing adds confusion, having just seen him. Attending his funeral, she reminisces about a horse from high school, dropping her badge on his grave. Contemplating mortality, Temple seeks answers from her mother about where the dead go, marking a poignant moment as she departs after an attempt to hug her mother for the first time. Back in Arizona, Temple encounters the challenge of shopping for food, visibly intimidated by the automatic doors. Benny, a middle-aged woman, approaches her, complimenting her blouse and inquiring if Temple is waiting for someone. Temple, disclosing her fear of automatic doors due to her autism, declines Benny's attempt at physical comfort. Benny kindly assists her with the door, prompting Temple to share details about her innovative design. Learning that Benny's husband works at the abattoir that previously rejected her, Temple discusses her ideas for improved cattle treatment. Benny encourages Temple to meet her husband, leading to a presentation of her concept to the abattoir's manager and workers. Initially dismissed as expensive, Temple persuades them of its efficacy, guiding them to envision how it would calm the cows. Continuing her discussions with her blind friend Alice, Temple shifts to 1981, attending a national autism committee with her mother. Observing a young girl spinning, Temple reflects on her own experiences with spinning and how it provided a soothing sensation. Interrupting the conversation, she expresses her belief that spinning, rolling, and being held by surfaces are more calming than human touch, sharing her insights with the committee about her autistic perspective and recounting her successes. When questioned about being cured, Temple asserts her enduring autism. Despite doubts, her mother insists on schooling, where Temple's unique perspective flourishes, revealing her extraordinary gift. Embraced by others who recognize her distinct vision, Temple's journey unfolds. On stage, handed a microphone, she introduces herself. I'm Temple Grandin. Today, a Colorado State University professor, she globally lectures on autism and humane animal handling. Over half of North America's cattle are managed through the humane system she pioneered, a testament to Temple's impactful journey and her contributions to both autism awareness and animal welfare. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I would also appreciate a comment because it helps like you can't even imagine. It's a new channel and every bit of support counts.